Hello everybody, my name is John Horvath and welcome to another edition of Communication in Professional Settings. We have a very special episode for you all today. Coming to you from San Diego State University in Professor Fallon's COMM307 class, we have Group 4's final project presentation. Now Group 4, consisting of Rachel, Emma, Vern, Kelsey, and John, looked at international business and some cultural, verbal, and nonverbal differences that may be prevalent between different countries. In today's presentation, you will watch an international Zoom meeting consisting of McDonald's regional managers across the globe. Following that, each group member will talk about a cultural difference that was prevalent during the Zoom meeting. And following that, we'll be right back here where we started. Without further ado, let's get started.
Hi guys,
Hello.
welcome to the meeting of the McDonald's regional managers. I'm so excited.
Hello, it's nice to meet you all.
It's nice to meet you. How are you doing?
Good, how are you guys doing?
Good, good.
Did you guys get the meeting agenda that I sent out?
Yes,
Yes.
thank you for that. Yes.
Yeah, of course. Hopefully our other regional managers join us soon.
Yeah, the meeting was supposed to start at 3, right?
Yeah, it was scheduled for 3.
Okay.
So hopefully they'll drop in.
Hi everyone, how are you all doing?
Hi.
Hello everyone.
Hey.
Hi.
How's everyone going on in your families with the coronavirus?
We're hanging in there. It's kind of weird being home all the time and having the little ones home all the time, but we're doing well. We're hanging in there.
That's great. I know it's some rough times right now, but being able to spend more time with my family have been amazing. Since I normally am working all the time, at least I get to spend time with my husband and my kids. So it's been really, really wonderful spending extra time with my family lately.
Nice.
Okay, well, did everyone receive the meeting agenda that I sent out yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
Okay. If we all want to pull up the meeting agendas, we can get started. We are all obviously regional managers for McDonald's across the world. And today we're going to talk about the impact of coronavirus on our business. So to get started, do you guys want to do a roll call and a call to order?
Yes.
So I can start. My name is Rachel Gemperly. You guys can just call me Rachel, and I am the McDonald's regional manager for the United States.
Hello, my name is Emma Sutherland. You can call me by Emma, and I'm in charge of the Sweden's regional manager.
Okay. Do you guys mind if I address you by your family names?
If you prefer to address me by my family name, you can, but Rachel's really okay.
Okay. My name is Vern, and I'm the Japanese regional manager.
My name is John Horvath, and I'm the Egypt regional manager.
Hey, my name is Kelsey Leone. I am the regional manager of Latin America, and everyone can call me Mrs. Leone.
Perfect. Well, I'm glad we can all be here today. To get going, let's go over the impact that coronavirus has had on our sales, hours, and increased marketing. So just kind of, we're each going to do a general overview so I can get us started. In the United States, each state has been able to determine how they're going to respond to the COVID-19 virus, which has made the impact kind of inconsistent. For the most part, states are on shelter in place, which means that our dining rooms have had to close, but we are still operating with our drive-thrus and delivery options. As we are considered an essential business, we're allowed to continue operating.
Oh, in Sweden, we are currently trying to practice social distancing in the best way we can, and therefore all large public gatherings are banned, but restaurants and bars and schools are still opened, and social distancing is encouraged rather than enforced. However, we do see a lot of more takeout delivery taking place, especially in Stockholm, being the capital, where most people have actually gotten COVID-19. However, we are going to implement an even better hygiene approach and provide hand sanitizers for customers. And we're also rearranging the tables to have more space in between them. And we have also decided to do a nice act of kindness and provide free coffee for the people working in healthcare services.
Okay. When it comes to Japan, we were hit with the COVID-19 pretty early, so we started making adjustments fairly quickly. All of our dine-in services have suspended until further notice, and we have transitioned to takeout, delivery, and drive-through. All of our cups are non-reusable, and we are not allowing customers to come inside of the restaurant. All of our employees are currently wearing masks and gloves to help prevent the spread of the virus. The food pickup stations are carefully sanitized and have a contactless service available to the customers that request it. Social distancing is practiced throughout the country of Japan, and the stay-at-home orders will continue until the virus spread is slowed down. When it comes to marketing, we have run into some challenges on how to inform our customers of the changes while also educating them on the importance of being cautious during these times. Sales have dipped for a little, but they are starting to rise as people are getting accustomed to the situation.
Here in Egypt, we're getting serious about this virus, but we've taken a little longer to implement measures than some other countries have. Currently, schools, universities, cafes, nightclubs, and entertainment venues are closed. Social distancing measures have been enforced, but we're still a long ways away from reaching our peak, which worries me personally. There are no dine-in options available anywhere, but we do have a very busy drive-through that is keeping our employees very busy. An 8 p.m. curfew has been implemented by our Prime Minister. We also have started a delivery service where people can purchase food on our app and they can get it delivered to their house, and that might be something that's attractive to you all. Personally, I'm concerned about my family, so it'll take me a long time to feel comfortable opening up my stores again. I have 3 little ones at home, and my wife is very concerned about all of this, as am I. So in my eyes, safety should be our #1 priority.
All right, so here in the Latin American district, we are also on lockdown, so we're not able to have any dining customers. There are many restaurants, bars, schools, and small businesses that had to close down due to the lockdown. Our drive-through has been very busy. However, the closures of our dining restaurant has actually made a hit on our sales. We are not allowing cash right now, and we are encouraging our customers to use a debit or credit card or a mobile app to pay for their orders. There has also been a curfew set in many cities to help keep people indoors. My family, as well as our families, or our employees and their families, health and safety is my #1 priority. I believe that we should put our family and our employees first. Therefore, I would like to discuss operating hours with all of you. I would like to possibly bring up the idea of cutting our operating hours. We do not need to have the same exact operating hours, but I believe that we no longer need to be open 24 hours anymore to help control this coronavirus and to keep everyone safe. So what are your guys' ideas on the possibility of cutting hours?
Well, I just have to say, currently we do not want to cut down hours for our employees in Sweden because the government has not asked us to do so, and doing that would disorganize a lot of people's schedules, especially in our locations that are open 24/7. So
Okay, I agree with you. I'm not sure if we should cut operating hours in Japan because our employees tend to be more motivated to work more. Across our nation, people take pride in working long hours and will possibly be discouraged if we announce the hours will be cut. In addition, I would have to run it by my boss before I can make a decision.
Okay, well, I'm all for cutting hours. We don't need to be open 24 hours a day while we're on shelter in place. I also feel like we should be working on cutting down possible exposure for our employees, and cutting hours will help with this. I can make the call right now, and I would like to.
I also believe that cutting hours would be beneficial for us all. We already have an 8 p.m. curfew here in Egypt in place, and I think it would be important for the safety of all to cut hours. However, I cannot make the decision right away. I would like time for my superiors and I to think about it, and we will get back to you with our decision in the upcoming weeks.
Okay, like I mentioned earlier, I think cutting hours is a great idea. I just wanted to bring it up to you all first. However, I cannot make a final decision right now. I definitely need to speak with my team before we make a final decision. So I'd like to take some extra time, and then maybe next week at our next meeting, I will be able to give our final decision on that.
Okay, well, if we aren't going to make a final decision on this, I have another meeting to prepare for. Can we arrange to meet in a few days once everyone's had time to think it over and talk to their supervisors?
Yes.
Sure.
Yep,
Really
sounds good.
All right, I have to go then, but it was good to meet you all. I'll see you
Nice
next
meeting
week.
you.
What was that
Bye.
about? What was that about? Why did she just give me a thumbs up? Why
Oh,
would she insult me like that?
I don't think she meant to offend you. I think it's a cultural difference between our nations. And I think it was more so of an agreement with the statement.
Yeah, it's more of like a okay, or like it's a gesture, not to like be anything negative whatsoever, but it's a gesture just in good faith, honestly.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Anyway,
I apologize.
oh, it's okay.
I don't try to be disrespectful whatsoever.
Yeah.
Okay.
But hey,
I apologize.
anyway, if you guys want, after the coronavirus clears up, you guys can take a trip to Japan. I know a really good bar next to my office. We can go out for a drink.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. I'd love to get to know all of you guys a little better, and then possibly I could bring my husband, and we can all get to know each other a little bit closer. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I
Okay.
would love to take my family. We've been wanting to make a trip out to Japan, so that'd be really cool. Cool. Thanks, guys.
All right, it was nice meeting you. We'll talk to you sometime next week.
Sounds good.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Okay, so the first intercultural difference that was shown in our skit that we are going to be talking about is the different ways cultures view time. So there's two major views on time. There's monochronic versus polychronic cultures. So a monochronic culture is a view of time as a tangible object. So people within these cultures will talk about saving time, making time, having time, wasting time, and taking time. Time is associated with money in these cultures, so wasting time is wasting money. Appointments are always scheduled and punctuality is expected. And the countries that have these views of time are those in North America and Northern Europe for the most part. And then the opposing viewpoint is a polychronic view of time. And these cultures view time as a fluid. So meetings take place however long they take, and they do not follow a schedule. And people in these cultures view relational factors as more important than punctuality. Cultures that have a polychronic view of time are Latin America, Southern Europe, the Middle East, and Africa.
So the next slide is about masculine and feminine culture. Now, when we're talking about masculine and feminine culture, we're talking about how people communicate within the culture, within the international business, and it has nothing to do with their actual biological trait. So masculine culture is made up of stereotypical male gender roles, such as focus on material success, competition, power, and assertiveness. It is all about getting the job done, concerned with individual success, and advancing to more responsible jobs. The countries that you see this more in would be Japan, Hungary, Australia, Italy, Switzerland, and most of America. So feminine culture is all about embracing the more stereotypical feminine characteristics, such as helping others and prioritizing relationships. They are more concerned about members' feelings and their smooth functioning as a team. They also are concerned about maintaining friendly atmosphere, corporate problem solving, and a healthy work environment. The countries that you will see this would be Scandinavian countries, Chile, Portugal, Thailand, Sweden, and much of Latin America. Now, countries that you see it masculine and feminine culture like right in the middle would be Egypt and Canada.
In the Zoom meeting, we could see high power and low power distances take place. So high power is when cultures and societies accept the fact that power is assigned in an unequal manner. For example, there is a difference in status and rankings, and there's also a great respect taking place for those working in higher positions than oneself. The example of high power distance countries that we had in this meeting was Egypt, Japan, and Puerto Rico. Notice how both Egypt and Puerto Rico needed to speak with their superiors before taking a decision, and also how they wanted to address their respective managers with last names and titles. Meanwhile, low-power countries do not accept unequal distributions and are also comfortable with approaching and sometimes even challenging authorities because everyone is seen as equals. Because of this, interactions are less formal. The countries that showed low power distances in the Zoom meeting was Sweden and the US. Here we try to show you that it is more appropriate to address by first name and how the respective countries are more action-oriented and take decisions on their own without the need to speak with their team or superiors.
Next, let's move to formality versus informality. Formality can be defined as a rigid observance of rules of convention or etiquette. Now, early on, business exchanges tend to be very formal. Egypt, Japan, and Latin America tend to use titles when addressing someone to show respect. You must be invited to move to a first name basis by the other person. On the other hand, informality is much more relaxed, friendly, and casual style. The United States and Sweden, for example, take pride in their informality. They enjoy getting on a first-name basis with others rather quickly compared to countries such as Egypt and Japan. For the United States and Sweden, this is seen as a type of fondness or a type of attachment. Now, one aspect of formality and informality that we did not go over in our Zoom meeting was the way individuals address strangers. In the United States and Sweden, people are much more likely to go up and address strangers. However, in Egypt, Japan, and Latin America, people are likely to feel uncomfortable when such a thing occurs. Next, let's talk about nonverbals.
The last communication topic in our presentation is nonverbal. Nonverbal is a type of communication without the use of language. It is not what is said with words, but how it is said and expressed. It is influenced and driven by the context in which it occurs. This includes both the place and the people concerned, as well as the culture. In some instances, what comes out of your mouth and what you communicate through your body language may be two completely different things. Some examples of nonverbal communication are facial expressions, showing happiness, sadness, or anger, gestures, pointing, waving, or thumbs up, tone of voice, high or low pitch, how you say something, space, standing too close to somebody or too far, touch, a weak handshake or a grip of the arm, eye contact, showing interest, affection, or hostility. For example, Western cultures mostly consider eye contact to be a good gesture. It shows attentiveness, confidence, and honesty. Other cultures, such as Asian, Middle Eastern, Hispanic, and Native American, do not take it as a good expression. It is taken as a rude and offensive expression.
And that's all we have for today in communication in professional settings. I'm John Horvath. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.